Lloyd, Michael, I started this case by saying I found it unpleasant and tragic, and I finished the case saying I find it unpleasant and tragic. This represents a breakdown in your relationship over money. The circumstances of the case, which we've heard and sat through, were that, Michael, you were in desperation. You went to your brother, whom you had a good relationship with, and he didn't just extend you the credit, he also decided to charge you interest in circumstances, he said, at the end of the case, where he wanted to teach you a lesson. It's very sad. The reality of the situation, however, in law, is that he's perfectly entitled to charge you interest. He's perfectly entitled to come to any fair, reasonable arrangement with you he wants, subject to it being clear and understood. And on the face of it, he very nearly persuaded me that all of the money he seeks from me today should be paid to him. You understand that? The problem I have is rather a good one for you, Michael, and it's this, that this loan agreement that I've had an opportunity to take some time to peruse, I'm unsatisfied is sufficiently clear when it sets out exactly what interest you'd be liable for in the event that you didn't make a repayment. It doesn't say what sort of interest it is, whether it's accrued monthly or yearly, or what the terms would be in circumstances where you didn't make regular repayments. I'm also not satisfied, based upon this agreement, that it's sufficiently fair. For example, it says the borrower agrees that charges may be added for late or missed payments, but doesn't specify what those charges might be. Bearing in mind how your brother has behaved so far, I suspect he may have taken away your suit if you didn't give him money back in time. In those circumstances, I don't find that the interest element of this loan agreement or the penalties that are contained on that agreement are sufficiently fair or clear in any way whatsoever. That being said, it's quite clear to me, Michael and Lloyd, that you do owe the principal sum, although you've paid some money back in respect of that, £1,240. The money that was lent to you was £5,193.29. And I take from that the money that's been paid, which leaves in total £3,953.29. And that's the award that you're getting, Lloyd. In respect of the telephone call, there was no agreement about that whatsoever before he came to your house and asked to use that telephone. You don't charge him for tea bags or for sitting on the sofa. You can't charge him for that either. It's a sad situation. The award of this court being made, one thing I can't repair is your relationship. That's entirely, not necessarily a matter for you, Lloyd, but really a matter for you, Michael, as to how you respond to this. I hope very much that despite whatever's happened here, you take the opportunity to rebuild this, because money is money, but a relationship between brothers, good, bad, ugly, tight or not, is worth a lot more